Datasets. They play a very crucial part in machine learning, and thus you need to pick up a very robust dataset. In this video, I will be talking about what dataset we'll use and why. So let's get to it. For our project, we'll be using wider face dataset. It consists of 32,000 images with 393,000 labeled faces. These faces have a very high degree of variability in scale, pose, and occlusion. This means that our model will have a very wide variety of data to be trained on. And as a bonus, this dataset was used to train state-of-the-art face detector like MTCNN, which is a machine learning based face detection library, and it can be used by anyone for detecting faces and facial landmarks of those images. I will be covering this library in future videos, so stay tuned for that. But for now, let's just jump right back to wider face dataset and understand data format of this dataset. So wider face dataset is a collection of images and annotations. The dataset is divided into three groups: train, test, and validation. So there are training and validation images, and there are training and validation annotations. There is no test annotations provided by the creator of this dataset, so that you can create your own annotations on the test data using model that you trained and then give them annotations as a part of competition. The annotations file consists all the required information about the groups of images. These information include number of faces in an image, bounding box information of those faces, and other additional information about those faces like blur, expression, illumination, and so on. But for this problem, we just need number of faces and bounding box information. So now, when you will download annotations file from the website, it will download a .zip file which consists of several files. So there are annotations file for training, validation, and then there is a readme file. So these annotations file comes in two format, .mat and .txt format. .mat format is used in MATLAB, so we will be using .txt file as they can be easily used in Python. So now let's take a look at these files inside annotations.zip. We have here on left a segment of annotations file and on right readme file. Let's understand these one by one. First, let's come to annotations file. So when you will see this file, the very first line will point to the image and very next line will be the number of faces inside this image, and the next lines will be dedicated for facial information about these faces inside this image. So let's take an example of this third image which has 21 faces. So the next 21 lines are dedicated for information about those 21 faces. Now you might be wondering what this cryptic number means. So for that we need to take a look at this line in readme file. So you can see each word here correspond to the number here. X1 and Y1 will tell you the starting coordinates of the bounding box bounding that face. Then W and H are width and height of that bounding box, while blur, expression, illumination, and so on are the information about these faces that we do not require. So we will focus on the very first four data provided. And this completes all the theory part behind this facial detection problem. Now that we have understand face detection problem, how to approach it, and the dataset we are going to use, we are worthy to move on and code the model and implement it. So I will see you in the next video and we will make ourselves a face detector.